Hi everyone, today I will review the Lexus UX250h, a 5-door crossover from Lexus. The car was introduced to the market in January of 2019. This car is quite luxurious and Lexus uses good materials and the car looks and feels premium. Alright, the looks will grow on you. In my opinion it's not an ugly car, but it's definitely not the prettiest car I ever come across. But if you compare it to other Japanese cars, this car has a look that will grow on you. The tail and the front end are not bad to look at. The interior is quite beautiful. The car has 2 screens, one for the navigation and entertainment system and the other for all the other information you need as a driver. Funny thing is that almost everything is displayed digitally except the fuel and temperature gauge. The car has a higher seating position that benefits some older people. Another advantage is that it has good all-round visibility of the road and other road users. The electric engine in the car supports the petrol engine. If you pull away from a traffic light and do not floor the gas pedal, the electric engine will pull the car from a standstill to about 30 km an hour. This all saves fuel. In my opinion, pulling away on electric power is too slow for modern day traffic. But if you're not in a rush and it's not busy on the road, this will definitely work like a charm. Also, when driving at stable speed, sometimes the petrol engine will shut down and the electric engine will take over. According to the manufacturer, this car has a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine that produces 152 horsepower. Lexus adds an electric engine that produces 109 horsepower. You don't even feel the transition between electric and petrol. That's quite a good achievement. I drove the car for about 200 kilometers and I drove it on a mixture of roads, ending up with a combined consumption figure of 5 liters on 100 kilometers. That's pretty good for a car that weighs 1515 kilos. This car is about fuel saving and reducing emissions while still offering a good drive. The car has 2 driving modes, an eco mode and a sports mode. I can definitely feel the difference between the 2 modes. In sports mode the car transforms to a sports utility vehicle. Accelerating from 0 to 100 kilometers or from 0 to 60 miles an hour can be done in 8.5 seconds. Not bad, but also not exceptionally. This car is more of a relaxed cruiser than a sportive SUV. But if you want to overtake the slower driver in front of you, the car always has enough reserves to make it a smooth experience. The automatic gearbox works fast and is responsive. Nothing to bitch about here. The seats are good and the steering wheel gives you plenty of feedback. I would say this car was designed to be comfortable first, but it's not afraid of corners or a little sportive driving. The space in the trunk is not very big. I thought there would be more space. But this car is quite tall, so you will be able to store bigger items without any problems. The overall feeling this car gives you is of a premium feel. This particular car was a few weeks old and smelled like leather and yes, some plastics. The seats offer good support and the entertainment system is modern. The mouse pad in this car is not very intuitive, but you'll soon get used to it. This car gets under your skin quite fast and you can place it exactly where you want it on the road. It's also pretty quiet in the cabin. Here's an audio clip of me driving the car. Hi everyone, today we're gonna drive the Lexus UX250 Hybrid. This car has an automatic gearbox. Put it in drive, release the brake, and let's hit the road. Let's see what this car can do. Right now it's driving electric. 0 RPM. It's not a very big SUV. It's also not a very small car. Not like a lot of European cars, they're small. This, of course, being a Japanese car, is it any good? Let's find out. I drove this car for about an hour now. We're driving to the filming location. And I must say the seats are quite good in this car. driving around in my old hometown. Let's see what this car has. This car has quite a relaxing driving experience, I must say. It's very comfortable. I'm sure this is a great long distance cruiser. I've been driving it on a mixture of roads, some B roads, a highway, and also these kind of residential areas that I've been. And I'm averaging now 5.1 liter on 100 kilometers. When you floor it, it sounds a little bit like a diesel, but it's not. It's a petrol engine. It's a 4-cylinder petrol. I'm not sure what the electronic range is, the electric range. Sometimes even on the highway the electronic engine took over. When I was driving 70 to 80 kilometers an hour steadily, the electric engine took over. That's one of the reasons why I have such a nice consumption figures here. Now we're driving fully electric, for instance. The transition from using the petrol engine to the electric engine is barely noticeable. I must say, you can get used to this kind of cars quite fast. They crawl under your skin, so to say, so to speak. It switches between the petrol engine and the electric engine without even noticing. So at this very moment we're driving electric. You don't even know that you're doing it, and that's a very easy way to save petrol. All in all, I must say Lexus did a good job with this car. Here in the Netherlands we pay tax on the CO2 emissions of the car. This car gets an A label. That means that the car will not be heavily taxed and will stay in reach for people that don't want a full electric car but want to benefit from the hybrid way of driving. If you do lots of miles, I can imagine this is a very pleasant car to own. With a fuel tank that only holds 43 liters, you will still be able to reach about 700 kilometers on longer journeys. Not sure where to place this car. I think older people will own them or lease drivers with a small family. It's big enough to carry 4 to 5 people in comfort. Just the space in the trunk is not sufficient in my eyes. About the driving characteristics again, this car is quite nimble on its feet, and if you floor it, then you're driving fast in no time. I did not feel you're missing anything in this car. It's also quite a good feeling that Lexus cars are quite reliable. That is also the feeling you get when you sit inside the car. It's a quality item. As soon as you get in, you notice the seating position is higher and you're overlooking the bonnet or hood of the car. Then it feels to you that you're in a big car. But as soon as you did a few miles, the car shrinks around you. It's nimble on its feet and the steering wheel gives you good feedback. Impressive job. If I had to choose between a Toyota crossover like the CHR or the Lexus UX250h, I would spend the extra money and go for the UX instead. On the one hand, because this car gives you the feeling to be a premium item and not just a Toyota, and secondly, I somehow like the design and the consumption figures of the car. I would happily drive this car to Italy and live with it on a daily basis. Hope you find this review useful. If so, subscribe to my channel for future car buying reviews.